All right, we are recording. So thank you everyone for joining us tonight. My name is Crystal Small and it is March 31st, 2020. And tonight we are just gonna go over the compensation plan. Whether you guys are interested in building this as a business or just wanna get your products paid for, there's some very simple things that we think you should all just have a general understanding of. Before we do that, we just wanted to reach out and shout out a couple people who had some rank advancements in the last couple of weeks. We haven't had our own small call, so if I miss, I just kind of have my group, but if I miss anybody, please jump in, Jen, if you know of anybody. But I want to shout out, and they're not on this call at the moment, but they're going to watch, I'm sure. Cam hit Crystal Manager, which is so exciting because she got a $250 bonus for that. So that's nice. Plus $100 for each of her consultants, which we're going to talk about. Robin hit Crystal Consultant, so she got a $100 bonus. Christine DeSimone hit Crystal Consultant. Jane Kelsall hit Crystal Consultant. Jackie Rushforth and Sandy Queenan both got back into their rank of consultants. So congratulations to everyone. Consultant basically opens up the doors to be able to get products paid for. So that's just the, you can, I think Dave MacArthur had $1 million a year as a consultant. So, so congratulations to all of you guys for this awesome couple of weeks. Jen, Bennett, do you have anything before we jump into?
No, I'm excited for people to learn more about this piece of it. I think it's, I love the food and nutrition, and it's why I said yes to Isagenix and why I got started, but I really believe that this piece of what Isagenix has to offer is, a very big blessing. And, it's one of the things I'm more and more passionate about, especially with the things that are happening in our world today, right? And just really having that flexibility piece, right? And being able to work from wherever you are or just earn extra income, right? Whatever you want it to be for your family, whether it's to, help pay for some groceries or, make your car payment or your mortgage, whatever that is, this really can grow to anything that you desire. So I'm excited for you to learn more and then just, to let us know how we can support you in achieving your goals.
Absolutely. All right, and I wanted to, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but actually Bernice is on the call. Hey, Bernice. She reached out to us because she had ordered a bunch of stuff over the last month, and there's just kind of some tricks, I guess, that we know. So I would just say for anybody who's on the call tonight or anybody that's going to be watching after the fact, if you're going to be putting in a large substantial order, or if you're loving the products and you want to order more stuff and it's not, your month is not up and you're ordering extra stuff, reach out to the person who shared this with you or to Jen or I, because it may benefit you to open an account in your spouse's name. So, or a child if they're 18. So that's kind of what inspired this tonight, because there's a lot of people who have been reaching out just with amazing results and telling us how much they love the products, and it's just, that's a heart paycheck, right? That gets you excited and wants me to keep sharing. But for the teachers out there who now have energy thanks to this, and for the people who, like myself, we're not going to the grocery store very much right now. I'm just so grateful that we have this amazing option. So. All right, so let's jump into it. Now I have two screens up so that I can see you guys when I'm writing this. So if you have any questions, please feel free to interrupt, raise your hand. I know most of you are not, I cannot see your picture, but if you want to unmute yourself and ask a question in the moment, feel free to do that. After the fact, write your question down too. This can certainly be an interactive conversation. All right, so what we're going to do is going to share my whiteboard. All right. So there's a couple of things. Jen, you can still hear me, right? Okay. There's a couple things that I want to just make sure everybody kind of understands the terminology. So we're going to just go through that a little bit and then elaborate on it. So one of the big things that I want you guys to know is what a PIB is. Okay, so if we talk about PIBs, that's the product introductory bonus. Now, if you started on a Forever Pack, the way Isagenix, and they actually recently did this, I think thanks to the Forever Pack world group, I guess. They used to only give product introductory bonuses for packs, for big packs that Isagenix put together. But now what they do is if you order any amount of product, so every product has a point value. When you order an amount of product, they give you 10% now of that product value. Okay, so for example, a Forever Pack is like 102 points or BV. Okay, that's one thing we'll talk about. So what you get for a Forever Pack is 10% of 102, right? So you would earn a $10 PIB. There's other larger packs that Isagenix has put together, and you can earn with those packs $25, $50, or $100 PIBs. The thing about those packs as well, and we can talk about this another time, is if you share 2 of those packs in the same week from a Monday to a Sunday, Isagenix doubles your introductory bonus. The big thing that Jen and I are really, passionate about is starting people off the way that they want to be started off, the way that they feel comfortable financially, and what works for their lifestyle. So there's some people where a big giant pack is appropriate because that's what they want and they're ready for, but a lot of times it's not. So, you can certainly reach out to us if somebody is wanting to jump in and dip their feet in Isagenix a little bit more than just a Forever Pack. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you is an RAB, and that is a rank advancement bonus. All right, and there's different rank advancements, so we're going to talk about that for a moment. That can range from $50 and then up to what did I write down? Up to $1,000. So we're going to talk about those. All right, so is everybody good with these 2 terms? Okay, so we've got BV, all right, and that's business volume. Okay. And that's what we just talked about as far as everything has a point value. And then there's PV, and that's your personal volume. Okay, and there is, let's see, volume. Okay, the BV is basically everybody that orders either on your team underneath in some way. They, I'm just gonna mute you here. They basically, your volume kind of flows up to you. We're gonna show you that in a minute. Your personal volume is what you personally order. So that's the difference between that. Okay. All right. So everybody gets this. I'm gonna go ahead and erase this screen here. See if there must be a way to erase the whole thing, huh? There we go. Where am I drawing? All right. So let's just talk about very simply becoming consultant, because we said that that is the most important part that unlocks everything for you. All right, so when you start with Isagenix and you love it and you share with 2 people, that makes you a consultant. You sharing with 2 people. Okay, this is the basics of Isagenix. When you share with 2 people, Isagenix thanks you with that PIB, right? So whether it's the Forever Pack, you get a $10 PIB. If it's the Value Pack, you get a $100 PIB, or anywhere in between. If you make up your own pack and you put Isagenesis in there, you get a $25 PIB. The big thing about this is if, say, I shared with my mom and I shared with my husband, my hubby. All right, now I did all of this. I shared with the 2 people here within 30 days. So when you click that button to become an associate and you share with 2 people within 30 days, Isagenix is going to thank you with $100. And that is the first stage. And they're going to call you a crystal consultant. Okay. All right. Now, if you do this outside of the 30-day window, still amazing. You're still going to unlock all of the residual income, which is really the important stuff. Isagenix will give you $50 if you do it outside of that 30-day window. Okay. So I'll put that in parentheses. Now, when my mom loved the products and she shared with 2 people, and my husband loved the products and he shared with 2 people, my mom became a consultant. You guys can see that triangle there, that 1, 2, 3. And my husband shared with 2 people, so he became a consultant. So now I have 2 consultants underneath me. Every time I help somebody that I've shared with share with 2 people, Isagenix thanks me with $100. All right, so because my mom became a consultant, Isagenix thanked me with $100. My husband became a consultant, Isagenix thanked me with $100. And if I do all of this, share with 2 and they share with 2, in 60 days, Isagenix is going to thank me with another $250. And that is what they call a crystal manager. All right, so just to kind of recap here, Isagenix gave me $100 when I became a crystal consultant. Then they gave me another $100 when my mom became a consultant, another $100 when my husband became a consultant, and I did all of this in 60 days, so they gave me $250. So right here, in my first 2 months of sharing Isagenix, I was able to bring in $550. Now, if you started on the Forever Pack, it's really amazing because you started for $164, right? So you have almost tripled your money, maybe more than tripled your money in your first 60 days if you're able to hit Crystal Manager. Is everybody understanding that? Does that make sense? Yay? Okay. All right. So the big thing, again, we're just going to go ahead. So we're going to say this is me. And let's just go over the different ranks. So there's manager. And that's 2 consultants. Okay. So I've got my mom and I've got my husband. Okay. If the next rank is director. And that's when you have 6 consultants. All right, so we've got, I'm going crazy here. Sorry, somebody is with me. So we're just gonna go ahead. Now this doesn't have to be, I'm just gonna put 6, 3 on each side, your right and your left, but it doesn't have to be that way. You could have 1 on your right side and 4 on your 5 on your left side. It doesn't matter. But when you help 6 people share with 2 people, then that puts you in director. If you hit Crystal Director, okay, and I have something to show you guys as well. So if you hit this in 120 days, Isagenix thanks you with another $750. Now, right now there is a reset. And so even if you've been in Isagenix for a long time, they let you do this all over again and hit these bonuses again if you want. So now the next level is executive. And that's when you have 10 consultants. So again, Isagenix, guys, it's really just about sharing with somebody and helping them share with two. Sharing with somebody and helping them share with two. So for executive, this is the highest rank in Isagenix. And you have to have 5 on each side. That's the big thing. You can't have, you know, 7 and, or you can't have 7 and then 5. What am I doing? 10. You can't have 7 and 3. It has to be 5 and 5 on your right side and your left side. So if you do that, if you hit this here, Crystal Executive, in 180 days, then you hit the rank of Crystal Executive, right? So they just add Crystal, and then you can have the ability to earn an extra $1,000. Now, I just want to remind you guys, don't forget, every time you have somebody share with 2, you're earning $100 for each person, right? So if you get to this point, you've already also earned an extra $1,000, because every time somebody shares with 2, you've helped them do that. You've walked them through something. You've set them up with a link. You've given them some information. So Isagenix thanks you with $100 for each person. Okay, we all doing all right? All right, everybody's. I'm just going to assume we're all thumbs up. So let's just. I'm going to unshare this for a moment, and I want to bring you guys to my screen. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. I just want to share my screen. Why is that not doing it? Oh, I see. Let's try this again. Okay, here we go. So here's the bonuses again. So you can find all of this information, but this is obviously a lot nicer than my handwriting. So if you hit, now the Crystal Consultant bonus, if you hit it after that 30 days, it's $50. But now they have a Crystal Consultant bonus, which isn't on this picture, and that's $100, okay? But then we've got Crystal Manager, which remember is 2 consultants. So you've helped 2 people share with 2. There's an extra bonus. Then there's Director in 120 days. That's where you have helped 6 people share with 2. And then Crystal Executive, that's where you've helped 5 people on your right leg and 5 people on your left leg share with 2. Now there's all kinds of bonuses, you guys. So I don't want you to get bogged down with this, but just know that they're there. And it's really exciting when all of a sudden you have extra money in your Monday check that you didn't even expect. Okay, so let's talk now about residual income. Okay, get out of there. Now, what does all of this really mean as far as residual income? When you order product, you bank a certain amount of volume, okay? So say you order the Forever Pack every month, that's 100 points. What Isagenix does, this is your left side and this is your right side, okay? Isagenix gives you $54 every time you cycle. And a cycle is, it's point driven, right? So if you have, when you accrue a certain amount of points and you have 600 points on one side and 300 points on the other, here, let's do this a little bit different. 600 points on one side and 300 points on the other side, that is a cycle. And Isagenix thanks you, or this is the residual income piece that you make with $54. Okay, so if you have started to share Isagenix and you've shared with 4 people on this side, and say you've shared with 2 people on this side, and this person really enjoys it, and this person has shared with a couple people, okay? Every time each of these people orders products, all the volume that they order is just going to go up, and it's going to kind of sit in a savings account. So right now, say this is 1 month and everybody's ordered 100. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 on this side right now. Okay, does everybody see that? Is that making sense? And on this side, we've got 200, right? But you've also, say you've ordered your 100 volume, right? So this is your PV, your personal volume. So your business volume, your BV on your left would be 900, your right would be 200, and then you would have your 100 points. What Isagenix would do is, if this is your person that ordered in the same month as this person, if both of them order 100 BV, or there's 100 BV flowing up from the side from your personally enrolled people, okay, that's important. Because say you jump in with Isagenix and you don't share with anybody, and then you go into your back office, or somebody says, hey, Susie, you have 17 people underneath you. That doesn't mean that that's going to open you up to collect this money. You need to have enrolled somebody on your left side and somebody on your right side, and they both need to order in the same month, or actually just overlapping really even a minute of that month. And as soon as they order within at the same period, or they're both active at the same time, Isagenix will flush your volume and give you that money. So this 100 would go over here, right? And you would cycle. So this would go down to 300, and this would go to 0, and Isagenix would give you $54. Okay, I want to show you why this is important. If you have not become an associate, and we've reached out to you and said, hey, click that button and become an associate. Let me show you why. We're going to open up my husband's account. Okay. So this is my husband's account, Jeremy. And basically, you can see here, okay, so I wish I could point to you, but you can see week ending all the way down. It says need for next cycle. So right now on his left side, he has 117 points. On his right side, he has 83,000 points, okay? He right now isn't cycling because he still needs 183, right? So when he gets 183 points on that left side, he could cycle if he's got somebody ordering that he's enrolled on his right side and his left side. If you look up to the week ending March 15th, you can see 12 cycles there. So you guys, what happened with my husband, which is possibly the reason that we have been reaching out to you guys to become an associate, is my husband orders every month. We actively order in his account, so he stays active, which means he orders 100 BV, 100 points every, we make sure to do it every 29 days. He did not cycle because he did not have 2 active people, but he was keeping all of that volume. He hadn't lost it because he was staying active and we were ordering on his account every month. Now, on the week of March 15th, we enrolled his mom and somebody else on his mom on his left and somebody on his right. So they both were active. They both had ordered 100 points in the same month, actually overlapping on the same day. And when that happened, all of his volume flushed, and he had 12 cycles, which we were paid $648 just for him. So he was he became a consultant again. All right, so that is the big benefit of becoming an associate, because we don't want you to lose these points in the event that maybe 6 months from now, when you're still loving the products, you might want to, share with 2 people, and then you can cycle 12 times or more. I think, yeah, I guess last time I think we cashed in $900 for him. So, so that is just a clear example of why it benefits you if you're going to be ordering the products, why it benefits you to become an associate and to bank those points, because you can cash them in for cash. And it is cash, you guys. You can pay anything. You're not getting an Isagenix coupon. You can pay your light bill. You can go shopping, whatever you want to do. Okay. Is this making sense to people? Jen Bennett, you're the only one I can see at the moment. What do you think? Do you want to add anything? Are we being too confusing? Did I mute you?
I'm talking muted.
Oh yeah.
There's so many different levels and ways that you can get paid, right, in Isagenix. And I always like to remind people that when I first got started, right, I was ignorance on fire. I didn't understand the levels in depth. There was so much that I didn't know, but I was just really cared and had a, burning desire to share that, health is a habit, right? And to teach people about telomeres, for example. So I really just got, I was just sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. So whenever it gets overwhelming, just like remember the whole concept of like sharing with someone and then helping them share with 2 people, right? And just the compounding effect of that happening is what makes your organization grow. And so it's really as simple as, you get your good friend started and you just want to help your good friend earn some money back, right? So you're going to help her share with 2 people. And if you kind of keep it in that mindset of like, I'm just going to help my friend share with 2 people, I feel that it feels less overwhelming and, of like, wait, I have to do that 10 times or whatever. It's just this organic thing that happens because it's people helping people, right? And again, I don't know if others are feeling the same way, but I really feel that we're, again, in a unique time in like history, really, right? Of where people are realizing like, shoot, maybe there's some truth to what my friend was just telling me about, I could use some more healthy food in my cabinet. And so, I really have just been using this as an opportunity to meet people where they're at, whatever that is, even if it's 1 canister of shake, I really, love to just, represent that for people and to just keep growing this community and supporting each other, through, healthy habits. So
Awesome.
I don't know. So that's like my big tip is like, whenever it's, and then you just have Crystal and I to lean on. And honestly, you're going to ask 1,001 questions when you first get started. So don't ever be annoyed if you're reaching out to us a bunch. If you have questions, you can post it in Balanced Life or the Forever Pack business page for like more business questions. Just post things there, and someone else is going to have that question too. And it just takes a little while to get into like the rhythm of it, but it all starts to make sense.
And it really, what I really want you guys to understand is just 1 person shares with 2. That is the basis of Isagenix. It's creating a consultant. And that's 1 person sharing with 2 people, 1 person sharing with 2 people. And Denise wrote in the comments, which I love. So Denise, you used the products for 2 years, right? And then you shared with 2 people? Hold on, I want to unmute you. 7 years?
Yes, 7 years. I've been using the products for 9.5 years.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. And then when you cashed in your points, it was over $2,000.
Yep. Paid for my whole trip to Nashville a couple years ago.
So that's amazing. I love that. So, Jen and I, we hate to see people not benefit from, what's right in front of you. So it's like Isagenix. It may or may not be for you, and you guys can decide what works for you. I don't want you at all to feel stressed out. I don't want you to feel like there's any kind of pressure. However, if you're loving this food, why not keep the savings account of points? Yeah, Denise.
I also want to say that over that time, I always ordered, even when I was laid off and on unemployment, I was still getting my orders because $3 a meal.
I know. Yeah, it's cheaper than any. Yeah, it saves us money. Yeah, so that's awesome. I love it. That's the big thing when people say they can't afford Isagenix. I'm like, how can you afford not? How can you not afford Isagenix? How can you afford not to do Isagenix? but yeah, so I hope that, I know there's a lot, and there's even more. Like there's bonuses if you hit 5 goals, and then there's another bonus if you hit 10, and you can. So there's a whole bunch of other stuff out there, which, you know, down the road, if you're interested in learning more, and if you start sharing with more people, Jen and I can certainly go over that stuff with you. But the big thing is, you know, if you're loving this food and it's improving your life, share it with people that you love. You know, we share everything that we love, and get some of your food paid for. And certainly, like I said, it will not hurt you if you become an associate and you bank the points, and then you decide Isagenix isn't for you and you stop ordering. It's not going to do anything, you know, there's not going to be any kind of ramification. So I would say for those people here now, and for those watching, you know, to come, especially if you're at your 3-month mark, clicking that Isagenix, that associate button, is going to allow you to bank all of the points going forward and not lose any. If you're at your 3-month mark and you haven't clicked that button yet, you haven't lost your points, but you aren't gaining any more. And so that's kind of, you know, silly. If there's people underneath you that are that are starting up and enrolling, you could be benefiting from their volume as well. And then certainly at the 6-month mark, when you start Isagenix 6 months from then, if you don't become an associate at that 6-month mark, you will lose all your points. So that's the big one. I try to tell people, let's push that button by month 3, because I don't want you to lose any points. Even from month 3 to 6, you won't collect any more. So lots of info, but the big thing is you share with somebody, they share with 2. And if one of your people that you've shared with shares with 2, awesome, they become a consultant and you get a thank you bonus as well. So just sharing this gift with as many people as we can, because we all need this food in our life. It has really changed my family, that's for sure. All right, Jen, any last minute words? We're right at our 9 o'clock hour.
No, just reach out, you know, and let us know how we can help. And I think something, and I got a little out of the habit, and I'll try to be better, but going to Balanced Life and posting, sharing like highlights and so forth that people can use. I personally find, especially right now, because again, life is so, I don't know what other word, but bizarre, I think, right? It's just bizarre. Like whoever would have expected like our lives to be the way that they are right now. And so I think more people like are looking, and I think it is getting harder for people to go to the grocery store and you have to wait in line and that sort of thing. So I think just if you're consistently doing the stories on Facebook or on Instagram, and maybe I can even do like a training on that if people aren't comfortable, but I really find it really gets a lot of eyeballs. And so it's just helpful. So if I consistently am always like planting a seed, right, with something Isagenix related, which again, anything that I ever create, like in stories and so forth, you can always screenshot, right, and reuse, even if it's not posted, in one of our team pages. And then you just do that, like among like the day-to-day, crazy chaos. And just people are always watching, people come back. And I've had a lot of people just, come back over the last couple weeks, really, because I think we have a great solution. So do those little things and let us know how we can help.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys all for joining us tonight. And if you watch us back, or if you want, a one-on-one, whatever, with questions, please reach out.
Yeah, if people have more, time, right? Because it's weird, right? Sometimes we have more time, or we have different pockets of time. But as Crystal said, if you ever want to do like a one-on-one Zoom or whatever, with the 2 of us, we can always like hop on and just do a little more like coaching or sharing for something more specific. So as long as you don't mind my crazy 3-year-old jumping around in the background, or abruptly having to stop because he peed all over the bathroom today when I was on a call. Anyways, it was kind of hilarious. But as long as you don't mind that type of chaos, then I'm always here.
Me too.
Thank you,
All right.
ladies.
Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome. Have a
Bye,
great night.
everyone.
Thank you.